Hello guys, Omni here. Up next, we're going to be talking about the Star Wars panel from D23 regarding Rise of Skywalker Episode 9. Now, the footage that was shown off here has not been made public. The only thing that's been made public so far has been the poster, which I'm going to show and we're going to talk about here a little bit as well. Now, I'm going to be reading the article kind of describing the footage from Gizmodo, so that's the source that I'm using for this. We're going to be just kind of reading straight from the article here to describe what was going on. The new footage, which is not online as of yet, showed our main band of heroes looking out over a grand bazaar in the desert, almost like a Star Wars farmer's market as far as the eye can see. There's a shot of a bunch of resistance starships coming out of hyperspace together. John Boyega's Finn and a new character, Jana, played by Naomi Aki, look up out of those ships, and we see just a sea of Star Destroyers, dozens of them, filling the entire frame. There's a shot of C-3PO with red eyes, a shot of Daisy Ridley's Rey throwing her blue lightsaber almost like a boomerang, cutting down a tree and then coming back to her. Later, she and Adam Driver's Kylo fight on what seems to be a crashed ship among a very rough body of water, waves crashing all around them as they fight with their sabers. It's what you get a glimpse of in the new poster, also released at the convention today, which we'll talk about that poster here in a moment. And then the journey ends, or we get a line from the Emperor himself saying the journey nears its end, just before the money shot, as they put it. And this is something I've heard. This is something I've seen some people tweet about from that were there. Is the money shot, the final scene, the final clip shown at the new footage is a dark hooded figure looks up. It is Rey. She's in black. You might call them Sith robes, holding what looks like two red lightsabers very close together. We then realize that the sabers are connected and fold out into a longer saber. A double-bladed red lightsaber. And that's where the speculation and craziness ensues. What does that mean? I've got some ideas myself, but before we dive into that, I want to talk about the poster. Now, on the poster, there's not a whole lot going on compared to a lot of more mainline Star Wars posters that we're used to. This one purely has the title at the bottom, the release date, which has Kylo and Rey clashing with force energy coming off of them, lightning coming around. Now, that could just be an effect for the poster to kind of show off the sides of the force clashing here. Now, they did talk about the wreckage on what seemed to be a starship in a rough body of water, which we saw, I assume, is what we saw at the end of the original trailer with them in the wreckage of the Death Star. I personally would assume they're fighting on the Death Star wreckage, that they're there, they meet. That would make sense from the way they describe the terrain, the environment, the water. It just kind of lines up with that. It could definitely be something different. Anyway, if you move up frame from the fight between Kylo Ren and Rey, you see the looming image of the Emperor himself. Now, some people have talked about how this, look for him looks kind of cartoony, not real, and from what some people have said, that they used like a high-res image of one of the figures for Emperor Palpatine, and they just kind of photoshopped it into this. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the final look of this, or if that's just meant to imply that he's just going to look younger when we see him. So I don't know if that necessarily means anything, but it does kind of let us know that, he's the looming threat. He is the puppet master of all of these events, is all I can assume. And now, theory time. Rey in that final shot. Force vision? Mind trick? Something crazy? Is it real? Is it not? Does Rey find a clone of herself? A sister? Being a clone herself, maybe a light side clone and a dark side clone, trying to pull like a Ven and Vanitas thing, if you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts at all. Two equal forces of light and dark bred for this pure purpose. Or does she fall? Is she a vessel for Palpatine? Does Palpatine take hold of her and turn her? How does that come about? How does she end up there? Again, is it real or is it just going to be a bait and switch? Who knows? There's a lot of fun things that you can play off of that. Is she going to be the actual big bad? Is she going to be turned, swayed, used? Do they have to save her? Does Kylo Ren really lose his spot as the villain, or is it going to come clean that he's never been the villain up until this point? There's a spider web of theories that you can go with this, with just this little bit of information and go. And, you know, who knows? I don't know. I think there's been so many people saying like the mystery of Rey has been seeded out throughout the film so far. And a lot of people point to the clone thing. As for the force pit that she fell into in The Last Jedi, which kind of just showed a line of hundreds of just additional rays. And then when she looked in, did she actually see anybody coming towards her? I know there were some figures, but could it have just been something else that she saw, kind of implying that her lineage is just her? She's it. Maybe she is. Maybe she just doesn't have parents. Maybe she was a clone created or some kind of creation either from the Force or from Palpatine's machinations, much like he tried to do when he manipulated the midichlorians and the Force to create Anakin Skywalker. That is something we did learn, that he had a direct hand in the birth of Anakin by manipulating the Force. The Force rebounded in a way that, potentially created the One, or Anakin as we know him. So who knows? There's so many things that are kind of left up in the air. Is time travel going to be involved? We don't know. Rebels set that up as a potential possibility, and that's something people have been talking about. I would really like to go through a giant epic conclusion to a series to end without time travel. As much as Endgame kind of like, I think as best as you can pulled that off, I would really like that to kind of stay out of Star Wars and not just be how do we get ourselves out of this? I don't know, time travel. I hope there's a more clear-cut resolution. I hope we don't get some, well, Rey defeats the Emperor, she goes back in time, and now she's Anakin's mother. There's so many crazy theories on the internet because of the implications that Rebels and the comics have made with using the Force to leap or travel or pull objects or people through time to other points in time. It's just, I would like that to stay in the expanded universe and just kind of, let's just conclude this in the here and now. I think we'll see how this all goes. I want to know any of your all's crazy theories. Let me know what you think all this means down in the comments, because honestly, that's all we got from this, is a description of footage that we can't watch yet if we weren't there, a poster. That's it. That's about all we know now, which is still not a whole lot more than what we had from the first trailer that came out. So yeah, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. What are your theories? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think Rise of Skywalker mean or is pointing to? Who knows? Maybe Rey has to be saved by all of the Skywalkers. They have to unite their powers to stop her, or to take down the Emperor's evil for good. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry. I'm tired. It is late. Anyway, guys, that is it for now. As always, I can't wait to carry on the conversation in the comments after this video. Hear your all's thoughts. And remember, if you like this video and you want to support the channel, to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out. And if you want to know when I'm talking about anything else, or if I've got anything new, make sure to ring the bell. If you didn't like it, please let me know in the comments what you didn't like so that I can improve in the future. And that is it for now. That's all I've got. And we'll see what D23 has left for us. I think there's another day left in this, so we'll see what comes out. But that is it for tonight, guys. Thank you for hanging out, and you all take care.